Yes, thank goodness the tech is working. Hello and happy Monday.
Happy Monday, the tech is working. Isn't that a good start to the afternoon?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Definitely a good win there.
It's a good win when the tech works. We were a bit rusty, weren't we, last week? I dropped my phone and something. What happened to you last week?
Oh yeah, I dropped my phone and I was balancing it during the live and realised, oh gosh, yeah, this is not ideal by any means.
A little bit out of practice, and do you know, it's funny because when I was at my mastermind last week, they were saying, "Oh, Sarah, you're so good at going live," and being really kindly. But I was like, "Yeah, but sometimes it looks easy, and there's stuff going on behind the scenes, like dropping your phone, which is ideal."
But do you know what, Sarah? We are human. We
Yeah,
make
we are.
mistakes, and
Yeah.
it's always great that we still show up. So I'm going to give us a 1, 2, 3, well done me, pat on the back there.
High five for showing up. Absolutely. So, hey, Leonora, lovely to see you again. Thank you for joining. And hello, Dyson4882 for joining as well. Happy Monday to you. So, let's introduce ourselves before we go further forwards, because we often forget to do that. And you might be new to us and wondering who on earth this pair is on your screen and what we are talking about. So, Rebecca, let's hand over to you for intros.
Oh, lovely. Well, this will test the rustiness, right, after Christmas. So I'm Rebecca Daniel. This is the lovely Sarah Bramall. We're both co-founders of the Coaching Catalysts. We are ICF accredited coaches. We are coach trainers for lead coach training organizations, and we are coach supervisors. And in the Catalyst world, what we do is we work professionals. We help coaches to really elevate their coaching practice through supervision, training, learning and development, and connection. And in professional world as well, we also help professionals with their mindset, with their well-being, and with their communication. And that's also via coaching, supervision, and training as well.
Awesome job, Rebecca. Well done. Not rusty at all.
What's Leonora said? Leonora said, it always makes me feel normal when you guys drop the ball. It's rare, but it does make me feel human. Wow.
Thanks, Leonora. Thank you. Okay, so create your vision 2024. This is really important. It's important for me personally. It's important for all of us, though, I think, to really get to start the year off on the right footing. Really excited this year because I feel like the last few years, due to COVID, other factors, have felt really, really rocky at the beginning of the year. And okay, the world in its current form is less than ideal, but I'm feeling more positive this year than I have done, I think, for quite a number of years, about being really, really intentional about how we go forward this year. So we're going to talk to you about that today. We're going to talk about our practices and what we do in order to set ourselves up for the year. So again, Rebecca, let's come back to you. What do you do to help you get ready for a new year?
So, you know, when you said about vision boards meaning a lot to you, I saw something on social media. One of the benefits of social media is for those that have poor memories like myself, or forget to kind of track our milestones. Something popped up and a vision board event that I ran. God, I would probably say it was right at the beginning of my business journey. So let's say 5, 6 years ago. And a couple of people turned up. And to my disheartenment at that time, I was like, oh, only 2 people turned up. But when I look back from that moment to this moment and the last vision board event that we ran, I was like, wow, that the progress, the growth. And over the last few years, a lot of the words that I have been using as my intentional words have been growth, have been connection, have been community. This year, I've chosen a different word, which we'll share later on in this live. But I think it's really, really important for us to look back at where we've been. And this is one of the benefits of creating vision boards, is that we can start to gather them and really reflect on our journeys. So one of my things that I do is definitely reflection. And I know that this would come post creating a vision board, but I just wanted to start with that. I want to start with the end result of sometimes when we create things, we don't often go back and have a look, but having something tangible way for us to kind of see what our intentions were and then what we've created as well. So that's, I think, a great place to start, from the end to the beginning.
Absolutely, begin with the end in mind. I think that's really valuable to share that. And when you were talking about running your first event and only 2 people showed up, I was reading Jay Shetty's book, Think Like a Monk, I think it's called, over the weekend, and exactly the same for him. When he ran his first event, hosted his first event, I think maybe nobody turned up, and now he's filling stadiums. So it is, as you say, it's a journey, and it's so valuable for us to look back at that journey and to track the progress over time. And you're right, you've reminded me, having those vision boards going back to 2016 when I started my coaching journey, they are like a document of the progress that I've made over the course of time. So yes, they're for looking forward, but also really useful for looking back and reflecting. So thank you for that reminder.
No worries. So let's go to your original question, and I'm going to shoot that back at you now. So what is your way of engaging in vision boards? Like, what is your process?
Yeah, so what's my process? So vision boards are really interesting, I think, because I think sometimes a block that people can have is thinking that they have to be a certain way, or that they have to be done in a particular way, or worrying about getting it right. And so for me, giving myself permission just to relax and be creative and enjoy the process without any expectation of an outcome is really, really useful. Hey, Daniela, I see you've just joined us over here on Insta. Welcome. So just grabbing some magazines, collecting some images together, and allowing myself just some time and space. And I keep coming back to this at the moment, time and space, just to be creative, to go through those magazines, to notice what I notice, to notice what I'm drawn to. That would be my starting point. Now, after that, I might then choose to be a bit more intentional about the goals that I have for this year. So as you know, Rebecca, one of my goals is to get my PCC ICF accreditation. And so that also will go on my vision board. That's something very specific, very tangible. So start with the intuitive and creative, and then move into the specific. Oh, Daniela, happy week 2 of 2024. And what about for you, Rebecca? What's your process?
So in previous years, I'm going to switch it up this year, actually, because in previous years, I have just got super excited with the collection of images and words and phrases and the cutting and the sticking. Yeah. And I have filled up my vision board, like no space.
Yeah.
And I know your word is space, right? This year. So this year, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change up my approach, and I'm going to create a lot more space on my vision board, and just be really selective in what I am putting in front of me, because I think that will keep me more focused, and I think it will reduce my overwhelm. And so I think the process is different for each individual, and I think you have to trial out what will work best for you. But for me, in the previous years, I have had a really condensed and compacted vision board. And this time I'm going to take my time. I'm going to really think about what is it that will really give me that sense of fulfillment. And my word this year is kindness at the end of the year. And talking about the word, actually, Sarah, do you know that it was my word last year as well?
No, I don't think I did know it was your word last year.
Right. So,
okay.
I forgot that it was my word last
year. So it needs repeating. Yep, love it.
And so I was like, do you know what? No, I'm going to make this a focus, because it was important to me last year, and it came up for me again this year. And I was like, no, it really is important for me this year. So I'm taking my time. And Leonora's going to laugh at this, because I said this earlier in our meeting about just taking my time, but I'm going to try to practice taking my time.
So I'm looking forward to seeing your vision board then. Excuse me, your vision board, which is that visual representation of being intentional, creating space, and doing that with an intention of kindness to yourself.
So what I love is we know that celebrities use vision boards as well.
Okay.
So it's not just Sarah Bramall and Rebecca Daniel talking about how amazing vision boards are. What is the story that we love the most? So it was the one with, was it Jim Carrey and the check?
It's Jim Carrey and the check, but do you know what I love even more than that? Is Beyonce.
Oh, Beyonce's one. Right, go on, hit me with
it. So you shared this story when we ran our Create Your Vision event last time, that Beyonce places, I think she has vision boards all over her studios, but she places her vision board at the end of her treadmill. So when she's on the treadmill, when she's working out, she is consciously creating that person that she, you know, that she wants to be, that she wants to, I am sure, continue to grow into. And I love that, excuse me, I love that image of Beyonce, thinking, you're Beyonce, how do you need a vision board? But I love it. I'm like, yes, we all do, because we all need that focus on what we want and where we want to be, because otherwise our minds go to the what we don't want, what we haven't done yet, the overwhelm, all of that stuff. So that's my favorite. Go on, do you want to share Jim Carrey as well?
She's taking running towards your dreams literally.
Yeah, 100%. She is. Brilliant.
But that's the benefit, right? Having it so that it's in a prominent place, that you can see it, revisit it, and that constant reminder of what our intentions are and what we need to also do next in order to get it. So you told me this story, and so if I get this wrong, you will have to correct me, but I think I've got it right. So Jim Carrey, when he was starting out his career, he wrote a check to himself with the exact figures that he wanted to receive from his work. And he found that check later on after he'd become successful, and it actually was the same exact amount that he had secured for, I don't know if it was his first or one of his biggest successes. And so, you know, a lot of people, Sarah, talk about manifestation and manifest this. And I think we should address this, right? Because sometimes, you know, people can become apprehensive about that term, or they can feel like, you know, we're trying to kind of, you know, manipulate them into creating something that will never happen. But for me, manifestation is about creating your vision and setting, you have to take action, right? So you have to set a clear intention, a pathway on how you're going to achieve X, Y, and Z. But having that visual prompt will create these internal feelings and emotions, and that will help you to stay motivated to the direction that you want to go to. So I think that's important, because we know that sometimes we can get all sorts on social media sometimes. Hey, Cassie, lovely to see you. And so I think that's really important to address that as well.
Absolutely, completely agree, because imagine our attention is so distracted by so many different things. Creating that vision board is a clear way of going, actually, this is what I want to focus on. Let's focus my energy, let's focus my attention on this. And as you said, then looking at it, creating something that's inspiring, engaging, so that on those days when our motivation dips, and that is true for all of us, we've got something to go, yeah, this is it. This is what I'm aiming for. This is how I want to feel. We all need that. And Daniela, you're saying here, manifesting is believing in you and your own vision. 100%, Daniela. This is not about doing something for somebody else, doing something according to somebody else's agenda. It's a very, very personal process. What is it that you want? What do you want to create? Yeah. Okay. I'm conscious of time, and we've been talking for a long time. So thank you so much, all of you who've joined us and stuck with us. We have a special invitation for you. So a week on Thursday, the 18th of January, from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m, we are going to be hosting our Create Your Vision 2024 workshop. This is a 2-hour process where we introduce you to what a vision board is. We talk to you a bit more about the neuroscience behind vision boarding and why it's so powerful, and give you the opportunity to actually start that process of creating your vision. And then that will be followed by an accountability check-in. I think we've said it a couple of weeks later, haven't we? Is it something like that? 2 weeks later, so that you can come back with your completed vision board, share your goals, share your intentions, and enjoy that sense of, again, that sense of connection, that sense of accountability. So if you are in the collective, this is included for you as part of your learning and development sessions, as part of your package. If you would like to join us and you're not in the collective, then please go to bit.ly/create your vision online, and you will find everything there that you need to know about in order to join us.
That's it for now.
Okay, so any questions, pop them over to us. Very happy to answer any questions you might have. If you're a fan of vision boards, we'd love to hear from you too. If you've never made a vision board, but you'd like to, let us know that too. All right, everybody, thank you so much for joining and have a wonderful day.